In order to calculate the monthly cash surplus or shortfall numbers in this business, you have to take multiple steps before you arrive there. We're going to walk through all of the necessary calculations that will get you to the monthly cash surplus and shortfall numbers. So we have all of the inputs up here in blue for the business, and then down here we have the calculation areas. The first step is calculating total monthly income. So what we're going to do is take the selling price per unit and multiply it by the number of units sold in the respective month. So we have $2,000 in income in month 1. We're going to go and repeat that process, selling price times the number of units sold for the remaining months. Month 3 down here. And for month 4, the selling price per unit times the 60 units sold gives us $12,000 in month 4. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add all of the income numbers up over the first 4 months to arrive at $24,000. Now the next step is to calculate the company's fixed cost per month. Remember, fixed costs are those that do not change based on the level of output or number of products or services sold by the business. So we'll take the number from the rent per month up here, and it's simply $2,000 per month in fixed costs. That is not going to change no matter what happens with the business. Once again, for payroll, we have the same situation. The business owner is going to be responsible to pay that payroll regardless of how the business performs. So that will be $3,000 per month. To get the total monthly fixed costs, we are just going to simply add them together, the $2,000 and $3,000, to give us $5,000 per month in fixed costs. Now let's go over to variable cost. These are expenses that do change as the level of output of a product or service changes at the business. So in order to calculate a monthly variable cost, what we are going to do is we're going to add all of the variable costs together and multiply by the number of units sold. So in this case, raw materials and packaging are both considered variable costs because they're per unit and they change as the number of units are produced. So we're going to take that $85, we're going to add the 15, which gives us $100 in variable cost per unit, and we're going to multiply that by the number of units sold. We're going to repeat that process for each respective month. So there's the $100. We're going to multiply that by the number of units sold in month 2. One more time for month 3, we have the 100 times the 30 units, $3,000. And lastly, for month 4. And similar to the other steps, we're just going to add up the total variable costs for the 4 months, which is $12,000. Now, this is where we get to the actual cash surplus and shortfall questions, which in this exercise is the final answers. So what we are going to do is we are going to take our total income in month 1, and we are going to subtract out the monthly fixed costs, because that's going to occur each month, and as well as we're going to subtract the monthly variable costs, because these are associated with the products produced in that month. So we arrive at a $4,000 cash shortfall. Once again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our income, we're going to subtract the total monthly fixed cost, and then the month 2 variable costs for a $3,000 cash shortfall. We're going to repeat that step for each month. $6,000 minus our $5,000 in monthly fixed cost minus the $3,000 in variable cost. And lastly, we're going to take the $12,000 minus the $5,000 minus our fixed cost, which is another $6,000. So in order to determine the final total cash surplus or shortfall over those 4 months, we're going to just go ahead and add those together, which shows the business owner that at the end of 4 months, they are going to have a cash shortfall of $8,000.